Hello guys, welcome back. Had a topic I want to hit today on a personal issue that I'm having currently, and it kind of ties in with idols on YouTube, fitness idols specifically. So when I go hunting for people to follow and gain advice from with fitness related topics on YouTube, I usually gravitate towards the ones who look like what I want to look like. Now, I may not be the biggest, most ripped, most muscular person out there, but there's two reasons for that. One is I am just like you. I'm a real life situation. I'm not a fitness model. I don't have amazing genetics. I am here to tell you, as a person who's almost in the same shoes as you, how to accomplish these goals. Now the second part is, and the topic of the video, injuries. I unfortunately have suffered a couple bad injuries lately and it's been really holding me back. So I wanted to put that out there to kind of cover my own physique right now, and also to tell you about how I'm handling it and what you should do when you encounter it. So let's sit here and dive in on a super positive topic and how we handle injuries. Currently, I have scoliosis, and I have been aware of it for the last 5-6-ish years, which is where your spine has curves to it, if you didn't know what that meant. Now, I have been to the doctor, I've made sure that it's not too dangerous to lift with, and I've been compensating for it for all these years. I'm going to do another video talking about how I've compensated for that and how you work around that. But as for the moment, my back is more susceptible to injuries because of it, and that is what I currently have an issue. I recently stretched a muscle in the very, very bottom of my back. I haven't been to the doctor about it because it wasn't severe. It isn't, I can walk fine, sit, lay down, all that. It just, if I'm squatting, deadlifting, or even doing leg press, it puts too much pressure on my hips with it and it hurts. So it takes a long time for back injuries to heal because you're constantly using them to support yourself. So it's been a good 6 weeks where I have been unable to hit a lot of very important exercises without re-aggravating it. So here's what I wanted to talk about. What you need to do and what you need to get over yourself to do to make sure that you don't make injuries worse and you get rid of them the quickest so you can get back to your regular regimen. Number one, rest. Do not do exercises that hurt that injured area of your body. If you have an injury in your back, or if you've pulled a muscle in your arm, or your knees hurting, or your ankles, or your elbow, then you have to work around that, and you have to, oh, this kind of makes it hurt, but I really like doing this exercise, and I need to do it to get big. Stop. Until you can do it again without any pain, you have to, because that will make it worse. That will aggravate muscles around it that are compensating to protect it, and then you'll just make it 10 times worse. Point number two. What you need to do while you're not working out those particular exercises or muscles is you need to be resting it, icing it, and stretching it. The area around my back where there's a pulled muscle, the muscles around it are tightening to protect it, so it just almost creating like this cocoon for it. But it kind of makes me stiff and it hurts. That's the only thing that does hurt on a day-to-day basis. Stretching becomes critical to make sure that the muscles that are surrounding your injured muscle don't actually stay locked up and tight long term. And last but not least, point number three is you have to realize your own limitations. And as I've mentioned in other videos, we're more susceptible to injuries. This is not the first time this has happened to me. It won't be the last. But I have to let go of the ego and let go of the immense joy I get from working out and all my favorite exercises and going every other day. You have to sometimes just take a step back and realize stopping and taking one step backwards helps you to make more steps forwards afterwards, instead of taking 5 steps backwards in the long run. I have let go of the fact that I will get injured and I have to just keep working out despite my pain, because that has messed me up in the past and I don't want to go backwards. I basically just wanted to let you guys in on a little of my personal business because I want this channel to be open and honest, and if you see me and you think I'm too small right now or not reflecting what I'm trying to preach, I wanted to just be honest with you and let you know that I am going through a couple injuries. I had a knee injury as well right now, and when you don't get to work legs, that's a really important part of growth. So everything is kind of on a little bit of a slow down, almost pause level for me right now, but I still want to continue to share all the things I have to share with you guys and not take a break and be consistent. But I thought I could tie this in together, not only let you know what's going on with me, but also remind you how important it is to not push yourself through injuries. To conclude and wrap this whole thing up, The most important thing to take away from this today is to know your limitations and don't push through injuries. RICE is so important. Rest, ice, compress, elevate. You need to make sure that you're letting your body heal before you're putting it back through intense stress, because that will make everything much worse. I have been through the injuries, I have pushed through them, I have made them last 6 to 7 months at a time because I wasn't doing the right steps. So if you run into injuries, which everybody does, take a step back, alter your workout so that you're not doing exercises that hurt it or even really use that muscle necessarily. Compensate, and after everything is healed and done, you'll be right back where you were. I will hopefully be back to 100% and be ready to show you guys workouts and actually show you what I'm capable of, to show you what you're capable of. We got this. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Conquer Fitness.